Alright, so what I have here, I got it today in the mail. This is the valve cover composite upgrade. I got it from Glen, small engine. You can see here. It's he sells the kit. It's maybe a little bit more expensive if you piecemeal it, but it's genuine parts. I'm going to show you what you get. And then I also got the heat shields for it. That heat deflectors. It's going to keep the heat off of the engine there. Get the heat off the muffler here, the exhaust, away from the valve covers. So I'll show you what you get in here. I only got it in a few days. It's really quick shipping. It's free shipping on it. They're genuine Kohler parts. This is 2426509-S. It's going to install, I believe, on these bolts here that hold the governor on. That's why I didn't go ahead and put these covers on yet, because I knew that I was going to need to put them on. So 2 of those. Comes with the Kohler service bulletin. So you can read it. It tells you that they improved it. There was problems with them leaking. We've received reports of leaking steel valve covers on some KT610 through EK, ZT, EZ engines. Mine is the SV725. And I emailed him. He emailed me back like right away, like really quickly. And he said it should work for my engine. So here's what you get. If you don't see the stuff pictured, it's going to be in here. So here's the cover with the breather side. And these things are like tough too. Like I'm tapping on them and it just feels like it's metal, but it's composite. It's a very tough composite. You can see the O-ring on here. It's got steel inserts here so it doesn't crush this. Nice thing with this is it'll seal. You don't need a sealant. It should seal up pretty good as long as I get the surface clean. So with this you get the bolts, 2, and it's all genuine Kohler stuff. 3, 4 bolts, and then the breather for it. You get that with that one, and then this one, genuine Kohler stuff. Yeah, some of the times when you buy stuff on Amazon, they'll have it listed as, you know, whatever, and you'll get it and it might be a Chinese knockoff or whatever. What I like about this is it's original OEM. Here's some more info on it. The valve cover kits. And this one, it's almost the same, it just doesn't have the breather hole in it. So you got a left and a right. And it comes with the 4 bolts. So pretty straightforward. I want to show you what you get with the kit. So I figure I should probably adjust the valve clearance. I have it on top dead center, compression stroke, which is the way most engines are. And there is almost no play there. But I gotta look up what they want. I gotta look up other things. I gotta look up the torque for these bolts. I gotta look up the torque for the blades for the deck. I think the flywheel's got one. So I'm gonna do that and then work on this another day. So here you can see it was like this mounted. So if you look on the bottom here where it's wet, there's hardly any sealant there or there. So it's not really unbelievable that it was leaking. Here it's not too bad because it's fairly thick, but this bottom part's here. Gravity doesn't help anything there. But I figured I might as well do that valve clearance while I'm here. It seems a little bit tight to me. If it's too tight, I don't think it's pushing down on the valve at all. But if it's too tight, it could be, and you're gonna lose compression. You don't want it too loose either. You want it within the specs. So I'm gonna find out what it is and maybe do an adjustment on both of them. Okay, so I adjusted the valves on here. And it's a little bit harder on a small engine like this than like a tractor or something. Because it doesn't like to rock like pushing on here, like on a push rod. It likes to fill the gap up. So the number they need for this is 4 thousandths to 6 thousandths for both intake and exhaust. So I have a 7, a 5, and a 6 here. I will show you adjusting the other side. So the 7 just barely fits. It's pretty tight. The 6 has got a fair amount of drag. The 5's pretty good. The 5's got a decent amount of drag, just a little bit. I was kind of shooting for a 5 right in the middle. And really what you're looking for is a little bit of a gap, a light through here. I doubt you'll be able to see it with this, but light between the rocker and the valve stem. So a little bit of a play there. Got the cylinder on top dead center. How I did that is I turned the flywheel here. So here you can see this is the exhaust side because the exhaust is here. And your intake is gonna go next. So it should be going down now, the piston. And since the spark plug hole's open, come on. So there's the intake valve opening, pulling in the fuel mixture. So this coming up here, I can see the piston coming. And once it stops, it's on top dead center compression. Right about there. You don't have to be perfect because you're just getting your lobes on the side that it's not lifting at all. This is where you want your valves fully closed so you have compression. If this is pushing a little bit, it's going to leak. It's not going to have full compression. So I'll check it again. Looks good though. There's a little bit of a play. That's kind of what I'm looking for. 5 thousandths. That's pretty good. So I'll go with that. I'll show how I did it on the next side. Is now I'm gonna work on this cover. Instructions that came with this kit, it tells you that it can be changed to composite, used on the Command series of engines. Resealing of the steel covers is acceptable, provided the correct sealant, Kohler part number 2559707S, is used, and both the cover and cylinder head sealing surface are clean, dry, and straight to allow for the best sealing surface possible. The only thing I'm really worried about a little bit is make it light again. On the bottom here, let's see if I can see it. There's a little bit of pits right here. Probably can't see it. A little bit That's probably part of the machining or whatever. But I got it about as flat and clean as I can get it. So that should seal, I would think. So there's an obvious way this goes, and an unobvious way. So right here is the right way. This way, no. It ain't gonna work. And see, you actually get longer screws with this cover. You see along there. Here's the old screws from the steel cover. And that's because look how thin it is. So you're getting longer screws to make up for this thickness here. All right. Time to get this done or I'll never get her running again, right? It should seal on this O-ring now with this cover. It does have a torque, so I'll have to torque it down to the right spec. Okay, it actually does give an order for torquing it. It's this one, then this one, and then this one. It's really just an X pattern. Crisscross. Also says the instructions here. On applications where the exhaust pipe runs directly below the valve covers, order install 2 of a 2426509S heat deflectors for additional protection. That's what these are, 2426509S. So that's why the kit's kind of nice. You just order the kit and you're done and you got everything you need. So I'm gonna have to torque these after. I'm gonna get a torque wrench. And then I'll work on the other side. And I'll show you the valve adjustment on there. Okay, so it looks like the deflector is gonna go like this. It's gonna mount something like this. So it's gonna keep that heat from the muffler there, the exhaust, off of that, especially the bottom. I can see how that will get cooked. Plus it's going to have airflow now that I actually cleared this out. It's going to have air flowing through here from the flywheel fan. So this thing's just going to be a lot better now. I think for the most part I got it cleaned up as good as I'm going to get it. So I should probably do the other side valve cover. And then I can do the heat shields in the bottom because it's going to mount. I believe it's going to be above this. So I think I'm going to need the plate here. And this, and then one of the side covers here. I think it's this one here. It's going to mount to one of them. Probably this one. So, I'll work on the other side. Okay. I don't have a Torx 30 for these. And in a pinch, you can use a regular hex. I guess I wouldn't recommend it, but when am I ever to follow the rules? Otherwise, I think it's a Torx 30. I ain't reusing these anyway, so. And it didn't strip or nothing, so. In a pinch, you do what you gotta do. I want to see how this one is gonna be. This one I haven't had off yet. This one I don't think was leaking. I don't believe. It's on there. got a bed blow for it. There it goes. And we got oil coming out. Is that really surprising? No. Show a rag under it. And there it is. Yeah, I wouldn't say this one was sealing great because you can see it's pretty light here by the bolt holes. So probably was pushing where each bolt was in, squeezing harder, and who knows if it was even at the right torque. You never know. The other side was a little bit tight for the valves. This side, I'll have to get her at top dead center over here. Okay. Okay, we got exhaust. Next we're gonna have intake. Now it should be going down. Piston is going down. Yep. Coming up for compression. You also can use a screwdriver. I would say something softer. Something like this, a wooden dowel. It's going to tell you exactly when it stops coming out. So right there. Right there it is. I'll put this up here. This side seems pretty good. Let's see what it comes out at. Let's see if 7 will fit. Yes. See where the other side was a little tight on the exhaust. This one's a little loose. So probably wore a little bit. The 5's gonna fit easy. Let's see how high we can actually go with it before it don't fit. Should I try a 10? Yeah, it's over 10. How about 12 on the bottom? 12 ain't going in the top one. The intake fits in the bottom one yet. So you can see how it can be a little bit off just from wear and stuff. I also have to get this off. It actually comes off easy. You can just get it with your fingernail, but I'll figure out something better than that. So this star bit of this is a T25. It's also the same as like screws, like construction screws or whatever. The star bit, it's the same one. I just wanted to show you that. See, T25. So I don't have a torque set yet. So I didn't have the bit for the outer screws. I gotta find something to scrape that with. But for right now, I'm gonna do the valves. So really, once you get the set screw on the inside loose, Then you can turn this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in 6 tight. I gotta loosen the set screw up more. If you don't have it loose enough, then it'll tighten up on you. So I'm gonna put in 6 till it's tight. So it holds it. And then holding it is 1/2 inch. So 6 is tight. 5's got drag, so that works pretty good. It's 4 to 6, so 5's perfect. As long as you can go like this, either see light through it or just a little bit of play there. This is usually pretty good. I'll do the same on the bottom. And the bottom one. Okay. A little bit of drag on the 5. The 6 fits, but a lot more drag. Yeah, a little bit of play on it. And that's good. I'll check her one more time here. Make sure it's tight. That's pretty tight. Because I'm Superman, I gotta watch. That's 5. Yep, it'll work. So it's as simple as that. Valves are adjusted. Now I gotta scrape this off here. And then I can put that cover on. Alright, this is a brand new utility knife blade. I'm gonna see if this works. It seems to. You want it to dig into the metal either. You can even use your fingernail to finish. Just to get that sealant off. Use the knife to get the main thick stuff and then my fingernail for the rest. Not going to worry too much around the holes because it's sealing right here. It is sharp, so you gotta be careful. Cleaning the gasket surface is worse than adjusting the valves. Okay, I got this pretty good, so I think we'll be good. don't feel anything that's out of the ordinary. Should probably throw a light on it here and see. A couple little marks here. All we can do is try it. This is already open if it would leak. So you can redo it or whatever. I don't really want to redo it, but okay. Now I need the one, this guy. So it's got this, the vent, and then the 4 bolts are separate. For some reason they're separate on this one. The other one, they're all in one pack. Alright, ready for this? It doesn't say to put any oil on it. I suppose a guy could, some new stuff, but it says it doesn't say to. I'm not too worried about it. I think I got it pretty clean. It's pretty clean in there. I don't think I dropped any debris in there. It's a nice cover. I like it. Okay, so normally I would absolutely recommend to get it torqued and get that out of the way. But I don't have a torque wrench that does inch pounds yet, so my other one goes down to 20 foot-pounds. We need 55 inch pounds. So I'm gonna do that later because I can still get to it with most things on. So I'm gonna start assembling it. I'm not gonna worry about that too much right now. Let's start doing some of the cowlings here. This one can go on. Let me go on like this. Let's see. I can put that on. Now, how do we want this? Okay, I think they want it through here. There we go. Now she started. This guy is gonna go here, like this. All that stuff I can fish through later. Because what I really want to work on now is getting the heat shields on the bottom. I gotta remember this too, but that'll be easy when we get to it. Just push it in. Here's one heat shield. And here's the other one. I think they're just, yeah, they're the same part number. Symmetrical. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Not. Okay, I'm putting the front hole in first, or back hole, however you want to say it, because the one closest to us. This can go on after, underneath, because I feel like it should be underneath, so it the heat shield and everything sits flat. That might not actually work. Nope, I'm gonna have to change it. It's not gonna go around the governor bracket here. So we'll change that. Yeah, it ain't gonna hug tight enough around this triangle. So I think I'll run heat shield, then engine shield, and then governor on the bottom. That's probably how it's gonna have to work. Something like this. It gets a bolt here. What a pain in the butt this is. I'm gonna go heat shield, then this shield, and then the governor. Alright, I got most of the bolts started. One down here on the bottom of this. These two, which the one on the inside by the exhaust manifold isn't easy. Yeah, here's how that plate goes. Oh, this light makes it flicker. This plate goes right here. That's going to protect the heat, keep the heat off that cover. So now I got to put this on here. I think it goes this way. I don't even know what it's for yet. I don't remember what it held. It held something. The cover's going to go on like this. Yeah, I still remember what it's for. I'll find out later. Lost a 10mm socket. Can you believe that? Alright, I'm going to do the other side the same way. Then I'll be back. Alright, I got pretty much all the bolts started. The ones down here by the... I thought were going to be worse. By the exhaust. It wasn't too bad. Once I got her lined up. So, just a matter of tightening the bolts. I'll be back. Okay, just as I took it apart, I noticed that this one's stripped. So not a lot I can do. I'll have to fix that sometime. This one by the exhaust, you need something like a gear. I'm using a gear wrench. It works pretty good. You can just hold it and just go to town. And then I'll probably do the back one with it too. Yeah, we'll be able to get a socket on there. Alright, that one's good, that one's good. And these two are good. Doesn't hurt to double check stuff. It's always a good thing. Alright, so I'm going to tighten the valve cover bolts here. On the instructions it said, it gives a sequence, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so crisscross, and 55 inch-pounds. I'm going to actually set it lighter, 20, or 30. Let's go with 30 to start. And then I will do the last one at the end. I think I'm going to run an extension. Now it's starting to pull a little bit. Just starting to pull a little bit now, so now we'll get our crisscross here. Make sure we get it. Okay, that one's all clicked out. Okay, that was 30, I think. 55. Here we go, final torque. You want to go slow so you don't go further than when it kicks out. Two, three, four. I'll do it again. It should kick out if it did them accurately. There, pretty good. I'll do the other side same way, and all right, set on 30. I think it's 30 right now. Good. Same sequence. Now we'll do our final. Good. Good. Check them all again. There. Let's throw the torque wrench back on the 20 setting. And then she's good. Yeah, you can see it really pulled in there. It pulled the cover tight to the head. Don't have that gap anymore. Before it was just hand tight, so I'm thinking she's gonna seal pretty good now.